celebrating our connection with our pets. This is Animal Radio. Here are your hosts, Al Abrams and Judy Francis.
1-866-405-8405 to connect with anyone of the Dream Team. We are all here at your beck and call. Well, except for Bobby Hill. Tricia Nickel in for Bobby Hill today. Dr. Debbie answering your vet medical questions. Dog father Joey Villani at attention. Animal communicator Joey Turner. Vladi, the world-famous Russian dog wizard. All here to celebrate our connections with our pets. Go grab your animals. Bring them around. We have all our animals. This is when they take their naps.
I know.
Right now.
Ladybug's already in place.
They're all asleep.
Boog is over there.
I'm going to lay down next to them.
Joey's going to take a little nap, too. We're all getting packed for Lake Las Vegas in Henderson, Nevada on Wednesday as we do a live broadcast and our new pet product special. I guess it wouldn't be a live broadcast. It would be taped live, which is like Jay Leno, isn't it?
So then they can hear
it's
it
like
later.
most of those shows.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll be...
It's live. It's in front of people. You know, it's live.
Yeah.
It's as live as it needs to be.
A little nerve-wracking, if I might say so. But you're all invited. Everybody's invited to check it out, all the details over at the website there.
I thrive in front of a live audience. I just want you to know that. There's no nerves, no jitters. I thrive.
I hide behind Joey in front of a live audience is what I do. That should be fun. And, of course, the new pet product special will have giveaways of many items that we'll be talking about during the new pet product special. Coming up in today's show, the Dodge Journey Pet Destination, we still need somebody to check in. Tell us where your favorite location to take your pets. Like, is it a park? Is it a restaurant?
A beach? Anywhere.
Getting a lot of West Coasters saying their favorite places, not hearing a lot from the East Coast. So if you want to check in today, we have prizes for your pet for doing this. Lots of us have pets now, ever since 9/11, and then we celebrate the 9-year anniversary today of that. Still haven't rebuilt Ground Zero yet.
No, I was there in December, and they're still working on it.
I think it's going to be a few decades before that's done.
Yeah.
There were a lot of abandoned pets over there. Because I witnessed it, unfortunately, and we tried to help out as much as we could, but they just didn't. Everyone was afraid that the pets would be bringing back infectious diseases and whatnot, so they didn't want us to deal with it.
Does it seem like yesterday to you?
Yeah, it does sometimes. Sometimes it does. You know what? When I go back to New Jersey, and it was a strange day. I mean, not a strange day. It was a gorgeous day. It was the clearest day I can ever remember. And I was actually listening to Howard Stern on the radio, and he was saying, "Wow, what? A plane hit the I think South Tower was the first one. The only thing I ever knew that was referenced that way was the World Trade Center." And I looked to my right because we had a great view of Manhattan, and we seen the smoke billowing out of the top of the building. Wow. And it was just a very weird experience around here because I'm literally 5 miles I lived from Ground Zero.
Over the last decade, we've seen a lot of great stories come out from that, like the dog that saved the handicapped guy, the blind guy.
Yeah, he was a blind service dog that led him down the stairway.
And many dogs.
I met him.
Did you?
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I met him on Groomer Has It. He came on the show, and I'm gonna tell you something. He was a remarkable guy, and the dog was the sweetest dog you ever wanted to meet.
And since the event, it seems like more and more people have an animal now because it's comforting to have an animal.
In this uncertain world, you don't know what's going to happen. It's nice to have.
And it's cheaper than a wife.
It really. Well, for the most part, depends what kind of animal you have.
And a husband.
Let's see.
Reliable too.
Tricia Nickel is working on news today, and for Bobby Hill, she's going to tell us a story about the fatwas. You know what a fatwa is, Judy?
Fatwa. No, it sounds like faux gras.
No,
fatwa.
It sounds like you're making fun of me.
Yeah. No.
Fat ass, a fatwa, I don't know.
It is an Islamic religious ruling.
Never would have guessed.
And in Iran, they are banning advertisements about pets or alluding to buying, selling, or keeping of pets because they believe it's blindly imitating the West. That's us, by the way, and would result in evil outcomes. They say many people in the West love their dogs more than their wives and their children.
That's true.
Yeah.
So are they allowed to have pets, do you know?
No, they're not. You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to have pets, keep a pet, sell a pet, buy a pet. Veterinarians are out of work all of a sudden. And pet shop owners in Iran are reporting that more people are buying small dogs, which they think are easier to hide because they're smaller. Mm-hmm. They want to eventually ban pets from the entire country completely, is what they're working on. So, and this is for religious reasons. I don't know. I think you need pets to teach you the religious lessons that
that's
we
unbelievable.
1-866-405-8405. If you want to talk to the vet, Dr. Debbie, dog father Joey Volani, animal communicator Joey Turner, Vladi the world famous Russian dog wizard, put those fat little fingers in the phone and call us toll free. We're here at your beck and call.
Celebrating our connection with our pets. This is Animal Radio. Here are your hosts, Hal Abrams and Judy Francis.
Dr. Debbie's going to be telling us about leptospirosis in just a couple of minutes, a brand new outbreak of the disease across the country. She also has her comments about the brand new legislature in California passing a law that landlord mandating decline in pet insurance reform. Well, one's in and one is out.
I think I'm getting more like government conspiracy thing as I'm getting older. I don't know what it is. But yeah, I have a problem with anything. And maybe it's because it's my profession, animals. But I have a problem with somebody telling me up in that legislature what I can and can't do with either my own pet or for the animals that are in our care. It's really a decision between the pet parent and the veterinarian on what type of veterinary care you might have.
More details, by the way, on that coming up in the news. Judy, just before the break, she was talking baby talk to her dog.
Hey, I didn't know you were listening.
Well, I'm just wondering, do you think the dog is like, talk to me normally?
I don't know.
Talk to me like you respect me?
She rolls over on her back and lets me rub her belly when I talk baby talk to her.
We asked Joy about this. Joy says that
animals
don't like to hear baby talk.
I'm not going to stop.
Just ate my Oreo cake stirs here.
Oh, you sinner. You sinner.
It's the greatest snack if you haven't had them.
But you're not going to share?
They're gone. Sorry. That was what I was doing right before. The
breakfast of champions.
Mm-hmm.
Pepper. What a pretty name. Pepper.
Mm-hmm. But he's a schnauzer.
Well, that's the person's name.
Oh, it's the person? Oh, jeez. All right. Well, that ruins that.
Hi, Pepper. How are you?
I'm fine, and I want to tell you thank you so much for taking my call.
Well, of course, with such a pretty name. How did you get the name Pepper?
I eat about 5-gallon jar full of jalapeno peppers a week.
Oh, my. So it's not your given name.
Likes them, too.
See, the dog likes them, too, huh?
All right.
Uh-huh.
Now, you don't have a regular name for the dog, do you?
Well, I named him Casper because he's white.
Casper.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with Casper there?
Well, I have two dogs. One is a Havanese and one is a Bichon, Casper. I had Casper about 2 years, and I was making his own dog food, which it was ground turkey, brown rice, and I'd buy the bag of frozen vegetables and put it in there, and everything was going fine. I'm an over-the-road truck driver, let me tell you that first.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, he started getting, bladder infections, kidney infections. One right after another. And, it's not that I'm not taking him out and walking him. It's not that I'm not letting him walk long enough. Every time I would go to the vet, it'd be like $350, $450 while they try to track this thing down. They treat it. They even went as far as to give me a prescription to take to Walgreens because he had to be on antibiotics for so long one time.
Okay.
And then he started chewing at his paws, and his paws turned real pinkish looking, and all around his mouth were real pinkish looking, and then he got another bladder infection. So I took him back to the vet. She said, she goes, this just isn't right. Now, this is when we were home just about every weekend. So she did some investigating, and she told me, she said, he needs to go, he's got a problem assimilating protein, and we need to put him on the urinary ISO.
Okay.
Well, I've got him on that, but I was just wondering if there is another alternative to it. Now, this dog begs for vegetables. He begs for vegetables. He loves vegetables.
All right. He's a dog with my mind.
Oh, listen, he loves jalapeno peppers, any kind of vegetable that you will give him.
Well, hey. Now, I want to back up for a minute, because you said with Casper that he was having a lot of urinary issues. Did they put him on that food because they determined he had types of bladder stones?
She didn't say bladder stones. She just said that he had a problem assimilating protein.
Okay. Just because when I hear about a Bichon who's having problems in the urinary nature, they are a breed very prone to bladder stones, and particularly calcium oxalate-based bladder stones. So one of the methods to deal with that is we will try a low-protein diet and the SO-type food, if that's the one that you're talking about, made by Royal Canin. That is appropriate for that kind of dog that has those kind of urinary issues, and it is a low-protein food. So if that's somehow related to his previous signs, then I would definitely endorse that, prescription basically for you. And
well, he hasn't had a problem since.
Well, there you go. Then it's doing something. Well, at least I'm speculating.
Now they've changed, our company has changed our route, and I mean, sometimes it's anywhere from 2 to 4 months before we get home. And they changed it going down the road. So, and I realize this is a prescription dog food, and it's hard for me to get. Now, I am going home next weekend, and I do have a couple of cans and some dry that is going to make me get home. But if I get in a bind, is there anything else?
Well, the trick is there's probably some things that we can use short-term retreat foods that would be appropriate for a dog on this food. But I'm going to say it's a little hard to just pick a food that we're going to be able to substitute, because this is a therapeutic food. It is basically gearing the urine into a certain environment so we can hopefully prevent those problems. Now, there are some treats that we can do. Oh, before I even get there, I was going to say, at least at my office and many veterinary offices around the country, they may have the option to order online for these prescription foods and to have those shipped to your home. So that might be something. We do that through something called a pet portal. So my clients can have that shipped to their front door so that they don't run out of this regular food. Because it is very much.
I mean, my vet is only like 10 miles from me, and the problem is getting to my home city.
Okay.
Now that we're out here on the road.
Well, the things that we would definitely want to avoid, as you mentioned, a lot of the different meat things, many of those we will want to avoid. The things we can use in a pinch for a pet that's on a diet like SO would be eggs. We can use eggs or chicken, but we stay away from, a lot of the heavier meats. And you mentioned vegetables and fruits, and so there are some fruits and vegetables we can use that are appropriate along with this diet. I'll often recommend bananas, melons, green peas, cauliflower, those kind of foods would be appropriate. And again, it's kind of
that broccoli, cabbage. He even eats turnip greens.
Oh, wow. So, some of those foods might not be a bad thing, but I would hate for you to be out on the road and rely on those food items as your main source of a diet. So, I mean,
when I go home, I'm going to buy the large bag, the super large bag, and I'm going to put probably about 30 pounds on the truck, so I won't be out, but it just caught me unawares this time. And
now one other solution that I might recommend, and we use this solution for folks around us that travel, is you can ask your veterinarian for either a prescription card or a written prescription for that food. And if you're heading through another community, and if you have a written prescription for that food, you may very well be able to buy that at a veterinary office. But you can't just go in and say, hey, I need that SO food. Most places will say, we're not comfortable selling that to you unless we know you really need this for your pet. So that might be another kind of little trick to try.
Give that a shot, Pepper. 1-866-405-8405 to connect with anyone of the Dream Team right now. This portion of Animal Radio is brought to you by Kimpton Hotels. If you're visiting San Francisco, take your pet along and stay at a Kimpton Hotel. There are pet-friendly 9 locations in San Francisco and over 50 across the U.S. with 0 fees and no size or weight limits. Let me repeat this.
Do that.
No pet fees and no size or weight limits.
God.
They'll recommend a pet-friendly parks, shops, restaurants, all in San Francisco. Find out more about Kimpton Hotel's hospitality program by calling 1-888-KIMPTON, KIMPTON.
You're listening to Animal Radio. You can learn more at animalradio.com. Log on. Learn more.
As you all know, many emails. I would like to address two most common for the last few weeks, which I received. People asking me, Vladdy, what the heck dog training color you are always recommending? And my answer would be Herm Springer, it's a German, Herm Springer dog training colors. Very humane, very gentle, create a gentle grip for the neck, imitate a doggy mama bite, will not hurt, will not harm your pets. And this is would be starting point of dealing with unruly pets. I highly suggest you get for your little terrorist pinch collar.
He does have a very bad attitude.
We can keep complaining or we can take the actions. This is the only color I solely approve. They're very humane.
What is the name of it?
Prong collar with quick release by company Herm Springer.
And that's spelled HERMSPRENGER. And, of course, we have links at the Animal Radio website.
Got it.
Sometimes people are crazy. Dogs are okay. That's for sure.
Fido Friendly is the travel and lifestyle magazine for you and your dog. Each issue includes hotel and destination reviews along with health and wellness topics, dog training tips, and the latest fashion trends. Pick up a copy at Borders, Barnes & Noble, Hastings, or go online to FidoFriendly.com and subscribe today. Fido Friendly is the only magazine dedicated to the travel and lifestyle of man's best friend and the one magazine your dog will thank you for.
When I went looking for a quality allergen-free dog food for Roscoe, a friend told me about canine caviar. Being a born skeptic, I examined every ingredient and most importantly, made sure it drove our dog's taste buds crazy. Here's the lowdown. Canine caviar is holistic, allergen-free, with raw dehydrated meats, herbs, fish oil, and flaxseed for health and joint support. Good food for Roscoe from a company I can trust. Ask your pet store for canine caviar. Learn more at caninecaviar.com.
You're listening to Animal Radio.
1-866-405-8405. Hi, Paula.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm great, thank you.
Where are you calling from?
Idaho.
Idaho? Listening on XM?
Yeah, actually.
Okay. Paula, I have the world-famous Russian dog wizard, Vladdy, right here. He can help you with your most vexing dog issues.
I hope so.
Hi, Paula. Welcome to the show. How can I help you?
Actually, I have a 4-month-old puppy. She is part black lab, part, I believe, yellow lab, and some type of terrier. And she is...
Oh, why not just lab? And why we need to have that terrorist, that terrier, Go ahead. That's probably the problem.
Well, she bites, and she's very aggressive, and she's a little bit out of control, and usually when she's with me, she's fairly calm, but she does have these bouts of aggressiveness. With my husband, same thing, but I think that he's allowing her to dominate him a little bit. I think that might be part of my problem, but on a regular basis, she just gets aggressive. You have untrained husband who needs to get some correction too. But let me tell you something. Alpha male in any pack, including canine pack or human pack, can afford to be more, can afford to allow someone to dominate him once in a while because he's already, achieved everything. He's the dominant. Right.
My point is that, whatever he can afford, you cannot. So alpha female in the pack, whatever pack it is, should fight. And she should win 3-4 consecutive battles in order to get equal recognition. You like it or not, but, that's what's happening, unfortunately. So here's how we're going to approach to this problem. Write it down, please. Grab the pencil and pen because I got to tell you something which will really help you. I would like you to get the color. Name of the color is Star Mark Color. Star, like star in the sky. Star Mark Color. Small one. There is a large and small one. It is a plastic, very gentle plastic pinch color, basically imitating doggy mama bite.
Okay.
I would like to make sure it's nicely, it should not be too much slack, otherwise it's not going to work. It should be tight, but not really tight, but kind of 1-2 fingers between the collar and the skin. After that, I would like to attach a very light leash. Very light one. It should be very light one. Almost like a string, almost like a rope.
Okay.
After that, I would like you to put this leash in your left hand. Make sure it's slack all the time, but not too much slack, so you could correct the puppy at any time. From that time, set up the issue, whatever issue could be. Issue could be maybe touching around the muzzle, maybe the touching around the chin, petting between the ears or on the head, on top of the head. At any time your puppy is opening its mouth to bite you, to snap you, you should momentarily, write it down, to do 3 things, 1, 2, 3, simultaneously. Number 1, make the strong verbal command, which imitating the growling. Number 2, snap the leash. And when I snap the leash, I'm sounding like a broken phone. I tell my clients 100 times, snap the leash, and they still pull and hold. That's the worst thing what you could do. Snap and release. Snap the leash and move your body forward. 1, 2, 3, up, and kind of move forward and freeze. Freezing means, and look in the dog's eyes, if you don't stop it, I will bite you. Really. That's the doglish. I'm serious. Yeah, so put this light rope around the dog's, not around the dog's neck, or on that collar, and provoke the issue, set up the issue, and win. You need to win 3-4 consecutive battles, and you will win the war. That is how you can address the symptoms of this problem. Basically, in order to address the cause of the problem, your puppy needs to be enrolled in the good school of obedience training, where you can teach your dog basic commands, including sit, stay, and down, stay, and staying in this position control commands. If the dog is trained properly, he also behave properly. But if you want to shoot these things just like that, that's going to be great things for you to do. I would not suggest you to use any other things, because for bulletproof lab who can be running through the glass door, not realizing there is a glass door, the rest of the things is not going to work. Please do not use squeak and scream. Otherwise, you will become like a squeaky toy. The dog will try to hurt you even more, or turn your back away. These things will never work, and the thing what I ask you will work.
1-866-405-8405. Thanks, Paula. We wish you the best of luck. If you need a follow-up, feel free to call. Toll free. 1-866-405-8405. Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Hi, Doc. I have a couple of questions. I have a 12-year-old Labrador that's experiencing been diagnosed with some elbow arthritis, and he's been getting real wobbly walking.
Okay.
So the slightest little divot in the grass, he could literally almost fall over.
Okay. Is that on the front end or the back end or both?
Well, the elbows seem to be the limping, the pain. The rear legs don't seem to be painful. They just seem to be loose, wobbly. He's not very stable on them. Short walks are about all he can do now. So I tried a little Rimadyl, had no effect. I tried the Metacam, I didn't see anything. I've been giving him, an aspirin or so every other day. That seems to be about the best. And then I've been giving him the liquid glucosamine, chondroitin, high potency in his dry food.
Okay.
I'm just worried that he's in pain. I don't know how to tell him.
Yeah, and that's a great question, because it is hard to tell with osteoarthritis when a pet's in pain, because a lot of the gradual signs kind of mimic that of just getting old, and it's very easy to just say, oh, well, he's just, getting old, that's why he's doing that. But, if we're noticing that he's having trouble getting up and down from a lying position, if he does have some muscle loss or unsteadiness in the back legs, that can be associated with arthritis, but there can be some other causes there. So if he seems wobbly, I would look for explaining this by arthritis, but there still could be some other spinal disease or other neurologic things that could be going on, causing an unsteadiness in the back end. So we might have some success with some pain management, but I kind of want to keep my eyes open that we're not missing anything else that's more than just arthritis here. So you mentioned a couple of the good non-steroidal pain remedies that we use, Rimadyl, Metacam. I don't use aspirin anymore. It's got such a long withdrawal time and causes GI ulceration for animals. So if those prescription ones didn't do the job, we can look at doing some different things.
I've never tried the Anaquin yet, though. I heard this morning on the radio, I heard a lady using, or you recommended to use Anaquin. That was another one, I guess.
Oh, the Adequan. Yes.
Adequan.
And that was actually one of the things I was going to mention, because even like the liquid glucosamine, great thing to try. I have tried recently a product that has not just glucosamine, but also has avocado extracts. It goes by a brand name called Dasequin, and they come in little chews. And I've had some good success with some patients on that have been on glucosamine, and we just haven't seen quite enough results. But that is something you check with your veterinarian for you. I don't think you'll find that in the general market.
Is the Dasequin a prescription?
It's not necessarily a prescription, but it's just a veterinary line. It's a nutraceutical, so it's a kind of a supplement, but it's kind of in the food form. But it is, like I said, it's usually a veterinary brand, so it's just not sold at Costco or, at the pet stores. And then, yes, the Adequan, which can be very helpful to help keep that joint healthy, helps to prevent enzyme degradation in the joint. And, a lot of people, we have to give it by injection. That's the only thing that kind of puts some people off. But I've actually trained many of my clients to give these injections at home. And once we get through that initial period of twice a week for several weeks, they may give a shot once a month or every couple months, and it can kind of help give them a little more get up and go and comfort when we're talking about dealing with this chronic, painful condition. So, yeah, I wouldn't hesitate to look at that. And for many people, we'll also look at fish oils. And just like people who have heart disease and arthritis, it has some benefits about decreasing inflammation in the body. And for animals, we can use that as well in that same way. So that's another alternative.
I have been giving him fish oil, the omega, fish oil, the high potency ones, with his food. Are those Anaquin injections, are they done in the area of the pain, or are they just done, in the loose part of the skin?
Good question. They're just given anywhere in the loose skin. And we used to have to give this in an intramuscular injection, which meant the veterinarian had to do that. But yeah, anywhere we can give a subcutaneous injection on the back, on the hip area, anywhere up through the back area, we can give that. And it's really easy to do, and most pets take to it very well. So yeah, that might be something if you're comfortable with the needle thing and you're not a little needle shy. I'd look into that.
Mike, we appreciate your call today. I know you're a new listener on the Wave in Los Angeles, and I encourage you to check out seniorpetproducts.com if you head on over there right now and put in Radio SPP in the promo code box. You'll get 25% off your entire order, and a bunch of these products that we've been talking about, the over-the-counter products, are available there.
What was the radio site again?
It's called seniorpetproducts.com. Seniorpetproducts.com. And here's the code you're going to need to put in: Radio SPP, as in Senior Pet Products. Radio SPP. Okay. And that's 25% off your entire purchase. I know they have the lowest prices anywhere on Chondroflex and Synovaflex. I can't speak to those particular items, but I know there's some good items over there, some of which we've mentioned today in this conversation that you'll find. And we appreciate...
I don't think the doctor recommended the Nova. What was the Novaflex?
Synovaflex. I don't know much about that. Do you know anything about that, Doc?
I'm trying to think what the brand is, but there are a lot of different glucosamine brands out there. I'm just not quite familiar with that one. There's Chondroflex and Oviflex, a lot of those. And you know what? I look for a good quality brand. Usually it means you're not looking for the cheap stuff. That makes it more bioavailable. And just following the directions as far as for your pet size, whether it be maybe 1,000 milligrams, 1,500 milligrams a day, usually for like a larger dog.
Okay.
Thanks for listening, Mike. 1-866-405-8405 to chat with any one of the Dream Team right now.
This is
Animal Radio.
This is
Animal Radio, baby.
It is not too late to get your free bag of World's Best Cat Litter. If you haven't had a chance to try it yet, what are you waiting for? A free bag of what is the World's Best Cat Litter.
I won't use anything else after that. Once you try it, you're just hooked. It's great clumping. It stays together, and it just really controls the smell.
You see, that's how they can afford to give you a free bag, as they know you're going to be hooked.
Oh, yes.
And your cat's going to love it, too. If you want a free bag of World's Best Cat Litter, head on over to animalradio.com and hit the World's Best Cat Litter logo or banner at the top of the front page or the bottom of the front page, and you'll get your free bag of World's Best Cat Litter.
This is an Animal Radio News Update, brought to you by World's Best Cat Litter, the only litter made from whole kernel corn. This is Tricia Nickel for Animal Radio. Cities are finally starting to ban puppy and kitten sales at pet stores. The vast majority of these animals come from puppy and kitten mills, and people are starting to wake up and smell the nasty conditions at those places. West Hollywood, California became the latest city to put a sit-stay on pet sales in February when its city council unanimously approved an ordinance prohibiting sales of dogs and cats in retail stores. At least 5 other cities have also banned the sale of dogs and cats. In Albuquerque, New Mexico, the sale of companion animals has been banned since 2006. Adoptions at the city shelters are now up 23%, and the rate of euthanasia at the shelters is down by 35%. Animal Humane New Mexico realizes that some people just can't stand to go to a pound and see so many helpless faces. So they've opened a boutique-style area with some of the younger dogs and purebreds handpicked to show in a more retail-like setting. They'd hoped to place 45 animals in the first month, and they placed 118 instead. Everyone, of course, is still welcome to visit the pounds if they can handle it. The only complaints are coming from pet store owners and people who run puppy mills. The woman who owns Le Petit Puppy in New York City says, quote, prices will go way up and there will be less puppies. And yes, she said less and not fewer, which would have been proper grammar. The grammar issue aside, there's no shortage of puppies, and that seems unlikely to happen anytime soon. One of the customers at Le Petit Puppy says she doesn't want other people's problems. She wants to start fresh. How heartwarming. How heartwarming. A German Shepherd named Gina has returned from her stint in Iraq with all the symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. Gina spent her time in Iraq sniffing for bombs, doing door-to-door searches, and witnessing many loud explosions. When she returned home to Colorado, she was afraid of people. She was also afraid of entering buildings. She was hiding under furniture and slinking across the floor with her tail between her legs. A military veterinarian diagnosed her with PTSD. A year later, her handler describes her progress as outstanding. She's given frequent walks with very friendly people and is being reintroduced slowly to the loud noises of military life. On her walks, people are sent ahead of her to pass out treats as she approaches them. Gina had completely withdrawn from people, but she's now jumping obstacles and pushing around a ball, and she can also tolerate petting from a stranger. Gina may someday have to return to Iraq, but hopefully not soon. Her handler is happy with her progress, but doesn't believe she can recover 100%. And a man in Florida was tinkering with his truck while it was in neutral, engine on, and door open. His bulldog jumped in the vehicle and knocked it into gear. The truck ran over the left side of the man's body. His injuries were not life-threatening, but the bulldog lost his driving privileges. This is Tricia Nickel for Animal Radio. Get more breaking news at animalradio.com. This has been an Animal Radio News Update brought to you by World's Best Cat Litter with a tip for keeping your pet safe. Watch out for objects that your pet may ingest like yarn, string, dental floss, and ribbons. Although these objects appear harmless, they can cause an intestinal obstruction and can be fatal. Get more tips from Dr. McPete at www.worldsbestcatlitter.com/radio.
This portion of Animal Radio brought to you by
Herb Springer's Quick Release Dog Training Collar. Very humane, very gentle. Find a store near you at animalradio.com.
Celebrating our connection with our pets. This is Animal Radio. Here are your hosts, Hal Abrams and Judy Francis.
And the whole gang is here at 1-866-405-8405. Dr. Debbie answering your vet medical questions. Dog Father Joey Volani with their grooming questions. In for Bobby Hill this week, Tricia Nickel. Animal communicator Joy Turner. Vladi, the world-famous Russian dog wizard, working his way into the studio today. And in the way, there's a litter robot. And that's why everyone's taken so long to get in. This is one of those new automated litters, and we're giving it away today in the show, so we're very excited about that. It is, of course, September 11th, 9 years ago. Pretty much our lives changed forever in one way, shape, or form. Animals became more a part of our lives, I think, as more people were seeking comfort. I don't know. There's something very comforting about having an animal in a world like that.
Something certain in an uncertain world. Your pet's there. It's comforting. They're going to be there.
So as we think about and reflect what happened 9 years ago today, I want you to also reflect about something that's happening in the news in Iran, the fatwa, which is an Islamic religious ruling. And it's been just passed that you're not supposed to have pets there, not supposed to have dogs, banning advertisements. The pet stores and pet shop owners are closing or being asked to close. They say that there's been an increase in purchases of small dogs because people think they're easier to hide. Mm-hmm. They feel that animals, pets like this, are a Western influence with evil outcomes. Tricia Nickel will be reporting about this on the news, and it's sort of ironic as we report this on September 11th. Coming up on Wednesday, we'll be heading out to Las Vegas, Lake Las Vegas in Henderson, Nevada, where we'll be broadcasting from the Lowe's Lake Las Vegas. You are invited for this live taping, all the information over at the website. You were just
no heckling, though, please.
No, please. I can't. I'll be standing behind Joey Villani. Joey loves
he thrives on that.
He thrives on people.
Yeah, we'll put him out
I'll
front.
be behind him.
Yeah.
And you'll be talking baby talk to your dog.
Hey.
Your dog doesn't like it when you talk baby talk,
Speak for yourself. She
I'm
rolls
pretty
over
sure.
and shows me her belly when I do
I know that. Yeah.
She wants a belly rub.
Okay.
She'll be with me, too, there at the hotel.
Oh, at the Lake Las Vegas broadcast?
Yes, she wants to meet everybody.
We'll also have some brand new products from Super Zoo during that broadcast. We're all very excited to get out of the studio for that. We're looking for a Dodge Journey pet destination for today. If you want to chime in at 1-866-405-8405, tell us where you like to take your pets. We have gifts for your pets. Joey Villani is just walking into the studio right now. Are you getting ready for Vegas, big guy?
I was packing 4 weeks ago. I'm so ready. I am so ready for this. You don't even know.
If you want to come out and meet all of us, you can do that. All the information up at the website at animalradio.com. I am ready for Joey Villani's Tip of the Week, brought to you by SeniorPetProducts.com. You can get 25% off your entire purchase. Now is the time to help your older pet and get a huge discount at the same time. They've got beds, they've got supplements, stairs, grooming aids. You'll find more than just great stuff for your furry friend. Look for the Animal Radio logo at SeniorPetProducts.com and put in your promotional code Radio SPP. As in Senior Pet Products, Radio SPP. Are you ready with your tip of the day?
Oh, I'm so ready.
Okay, give it to us.
Well, this is what we're going to. This is what you're going to do. We are going to talk about fleas because our flea season is coming back in. Now, I know I talked about how to get rid of fleas, but you know what? A lot of people don't know how to look for fleas. It's funny how many dogs come into the salon and people say my dog is scratched and does he have fleas? No, I don't think so. And you look, and he has a ton of fleas. Well, there's a real easy way to check it out, which is easy and convenient. And what it can do is save you a lot of money because once those fleas get into your home, not only are they going to be biting the dog, they're going to be biting the cat, they're going to be biting you, but you're not going to be able to get rid of them. Okay?
I'm all for saving money too. I gotta say.
You know what? You better start charging them rent because they're staying for a while. Is what's going to happen. So this is what you do: put your dog maybe on a white towel. And what you're going to do is you're going to scratch by his by the base of the tail where it meets his butt, and you're going to look there as well. Now, what you're looking for is what I call flea dirt, or what everyone calls flea dirt. Now, if you know fleas, because they drink the blood, they secrete dried blood, okay? So what ends up happening is they leave it behind. And it looks like black pepper in the coat, and it's going to feel like the same. So what you can do, if you get a dark dog, especially, sometimes it's hard, just scratch that area and look down in the towel. And if you see anything that looks like black pepper, well, then we got some critters on our dogs.
You can also get it wet, too, and it'll look like blood, won't it?
Yeah, if you wet.
Yeah, absolutely, because what happens is it's dried blood, you know, so once you hydrate it. And I'll tell you what, you get a condition that's real bad. We've had pets that were real bad, and you put them in the tub, and you almost think that the dog is actually bleeding from an artery. I mean, that's how red that water will get. But that's an extreme case. I mean, if you don't realize it by then your pet has fleas, then, you know, we have a problem here. But Do that, and then you can go to Senior Pet Products, and you can check out all the nice flea remedies that they have on there and order them and take care of your pet. So preventative, okay, the best thing is to check and see for flea dirt. And then after that, then you can take care of it yourself.
Okay, very good. Well, it seems like we've had a tough flea season this year, and it is because it's been more moist across the country than it has been in previous years.
I don't see any end to it.
Yeah, well, eventually. I mean, millions of years from now.
You know what? This time of the year, it always gets bad right around when the seasons start to change. I mean, you're a little bit lucky here in California because you don't really have too many changes of the season. But when you went back in New Jersey, when the season changed, at this time fleas got real bad. So I thought this was a pretty good topic to talk about. Very good.
Joey Villani, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be joining us in Las Vegas this week at the Lowe's Lake Las Vegas Hotel. That's really hard to say. It's a tongue twister. All the details at the website. Thanks, Senior Pet Products, for making Joey Villani possible. By the way, they have the lowest prices anywhere on Chondroflex and Synovaflex. I don't know what they are, but it says it right here, so it must be true.
Animal Radio is brought to you by SeniorPetProducts.com. As your best friend settles into middle age and shows signs of slowing down, SeniorPetProducts.com is there to help your senior pets live to the fullest with thousands of products for the life of your pet. SeniorPetProducts.com. As your best friend settles into middle age and shows signs of slowing down, SeniorPetProducts.com is there to help your senior pets live to the fullest by providing the latest news, information, and products for health, wellness, comfort, and mobility. At SeniorPetProducts.com, you'll find everything your aging pets need, from vitamins and supplements to diapers, boots, and accessories that'll make their senior years more comfortable, all at the lowest prices available. Thousands of products for the life of your pet. SeniorPetProducts.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, we at Litter Robot are pleased to announce our new spokescat, Cousin Vinny the Cat.
Thanks. It's good to be here with you guys talking about this here Litter Robot that automatically cleans up after us cats do our business.
And what would you like to say to our audience about the Litter Robot?
My owner seems to be saving up lots of cash now that he's not buying so much cat litter. Plus, I don't have to put up with that stinking litter box smell no more. With Litter Robot, I get clean litter every time.
Right, Vinny. The Litter Robot saves on litter and eliminates odors.
And seriously, the chicks dig it.
Okay. Vinny, where can our audience buy a Litter Robot?
Well, you gotta go online to the Litter Robot website and order one. Them Litter Robot guys don't even charge you for shipping.
That's great. People can just order a Litter Robot online at www.litter-robot.com. Animal Radio listeners can now save $20. Just enter Animal Radio as the coupon code when checking out. Thank you, Vinny. We look forward to hearing from you again soon.
Yeah, anytime, pal.
We get lots of food samples here at Animal Radio, so we can be picky about selecting a healthy food. If you're a regular listener, you know Ladybug is one finicky diva. When we got a sample of Stella and Chewy's, the healthy ingredients were there, but would she eat it? I'm here to tell you she ate it as fast as we put it down and begged for more. We feel good about feeding our dog Stella and Chewy's, and we want you to try Stella and Chewy's too. Visit StellaandChewy's.com or call 888-477-8977. That's 888-477-8977.
Did you know that 80% of dogs and 70% of cats show signs of oral disease by age 3? Now there's a healthy and natural solution. Pets Life Oral Care is an all-natural blend of extracts and oils that provide a safe solution, and no brushing is required. Perfect for senior pets. Pets Life Oral Care products are available in over 10,000 stores, including PetSmart. Call 888-453-4682. That's 888-453-4682. Or visit PetsLife.com. That's pets with a Z.com.
Hey, this is Big Ant from Rescue Inc. Remember, spay and neuter your animal, and abusers are losers. Now back to Animal Radio.
It's almost time for your Dodge Journey pet destination. Tell us where you like to take your pets. I've mentioned over and over that I will not tell you where I take my pets because I'm afraid that it will get overrun, let's say.
I'm going to follow you one of these days.
We're going to break you, Hal. We're going to get it out of you.
But for now, it's up to listeners or whoever wants to share. If you have a special place that you like to take your pet, give us a call at 1-866-405-8405 for the Dodge Journey pet destination. Of course, why not take them to your favorite pet destination in a Dodge Journey. They won the 2010 Pet Safe Choice Award. They have those fold-down stain-resistant seats, a chill zone glove box cooler for your drinks, and multiple storage options with removable washable liners. And I like this.
Oh, so do I.
Your dog...
Very pet-friendly there, hey.
You see, I know you, Dr. Debbie, you're always traveling with your animals, your dogs. They look kind of big, tailless but big. And they probably make a mess of the car. With these liners, you can take these liners out and wash them and then just snap them right back in. And, for me, it's easy to see why the Dodge Journey is the best car for every member of the family, even those with tails. Let's go to the phones, 1-866-405-8405. Hi, who's this?
My name's John Hanson from Clinton, Iowa.
Don in Clinton, Iowa. Are you listening on KROS?
As a matter of fact, I am.
Very good. Okay, so where's your pet destination? Where's the place you like to take your dog or cat or iguana or, we're not speciesist here. Where you like to take your pet the most?
Well, we've got a nice dog park up at Eagle Point Park. Great big dog park run. And you can also walk your pets on the levee that goes all the way up and down the river here locally. It's a real nice place to walk.
Okay, so
my daughter's...
I'm sorry, what's the name of the park again?
Eagle Point Park. There's all kinds of eagles flying around in the fall.
And you were saying
hundreds of eagles will be fishing in the river in the fall.
Wow.
Wow, that's you'll love that. And
it's their national bird.
Your daughter loves to go out there too?
Oh, they go up there all the time. They have a mini dachshund and a Bichon Frise, and they love them. They're all good little dogs. Well, there's a train going by. It's getting noisy. I love your show. Thanks a lot.
Well, hold on a second. Don't go because we have stuff for your dog, okay?
Oh, that's great. Thanks.
Okay, today's Dodge Journey Pet Destination brought to us by John. It's Eagle Point Park in Clinton, Iowa.
Here's a fact. 17,000 years ago, the first dog was domesticated from a pack of wolves. Here's another fact. The Dodge Journey is a domesticated crossover, a direct descendant of our muscle cars. The Journey recently won the 2010 Pet Safe Choice Award, an honor decided by humans and dogs. Was it the stain-resistant seating, the in-floor storage bins with removable and washable liners, or is it that dogs relate to this vehicle?
Kimpton Hotels and Restaurants, the very first full-service hotel to respect and welcome pets. Kimpton's hospitality program offers plush beds, designer dining bowls, pet treats, toys, along with services for dog walking and pet sitting. No restrictions for size, weight, or type of animal, as well as zero fees or pet deposits. Come stay at a Kimpton hotel whenever you travel. L.A., San Francisco, San Diego, Chicago, Dallas, and many more. Go to www.kimptonhotels.com for Kimpton Hospitality.
Animal Radio is brought to you by
One Shot Plus Multipurpose Cleaner attacks everyday stains, pet stains, crayon marks, mildew. One shot and it's gone. Call 1-866-734-1120 or go to oneshotplus.com to get yours now.
Listen, baby, ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low.
If you're lucky like us, you can actually see our cats in the cattery outside our place here. We have a place that we set up with a fence. It's kind of jerry-rigged, for the lack of better words.
It's an outdoor enclosure, yeah.
It's not real professional looking, and it's kind of patched together, but it keeps the cats inside but outside, because they like to go outside. Cats love fresh air and they love grass, but they can get into a lot of trouble. Now, if you're in a place like, let's say, an apartment in New York, where you really can't do any renovations or you don't have any outdoor area except maybe a balcony, you're kind of in a tough situation. But there's a product out, and I wanted to bring the president and founder of the company called Critter Community, and it's spelled with K's. Critter Community. And she's the inventor of the outdoor pet enclosure, also referred to as the Catio. Lisa Illman is joining us. Hi, Lisa. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you doing?
Very good. Now, do you live in New York City?
I live in Philadelphia, in the center city, Philadelphia, so just down the road from New York.
Okay, so what's the space like around your place for a cattery?
Well, the space is, actually, I have great space for the city. I have a courtyard, and when I first moved into my condo about 3 years ago, I looked into doing like a screening out of the entire courtyard, but because of city regulations and city codes, they really didn't want to have anything to do with that. Not to mention, I might move, in a couple years, and I wasn't sure if everybody in the world would like a screened-out courtyard because it has a really nice black iron gate. So that's sort of how this whole thing was inspired. My 2 kitty cats would stare at me in the window because they can squeeze under the gate that surrounds the courtyard now. And it just broke my heart. I would be out there reading a book, and I was not enjoying it at all because they were staring at me so sad that they wanted to come out. So I got busy and invented some enclosures for them.
And the enclosure you invented, the critter community, what does it look like and how big is it?
Well, it looks like more of a children's toy than a cage, that's for sure, and that was the goal for me. I invented them for what would work for us, and the critter condo is a white netting, very durable, sturdy netting that's used in commercial sports and commercial fishing. And it's surrounded, the frame is a red steel frame. The thing that's especially cool about the critter condo is that it collapses flat. There's no building. There's no stakes that you have to put together or dig in the ground. I don't have grass.
Required?
No, I don't have a toolbox, so there's no tools required.
What about brains? I have no brains. Could I put it together?
It's so dummy-proof. I'm telling you, I had it designed for me. I got to work and sketched it out in a notebook, and then brought it to an engineer and said, "Could you make this work?" And that's sort of how it all evolved. And when I put those what are now prototypes, I put those in my courtyard. The city went wild. Where can I get one? Oh my God, that's so cool! I would love one of those. And that's sort of how this whole thing started.
So it's not permanent, it's portable?
Absolutely, it's portable, and in fact, it comes with its own very nice carrying case.
Ooh.
Yes, and they have little pockets inside for their things in case they're going to Grandma's house. But I leave up my condos all summer because the cats are out there so much. And it's water resistant. So if it rains, it's no big deal. But in the winter, I take them down, and it is literally click click, a release of a couple pins.
So how big is it?
So when it's set up, it's 2.5 feet wide. It's 2 feet tall, so it's nice and deep, and about 6 foot long.
Okay.
Wow.
And I understand that you're working on add-ons that can be purchased later on.
They're coming out in about 8 weeks, so we're real excited. Right now, the Critter Condo Deluxe is just like the Critter Condo Original, except it's got double French doors on each end for easy access to your pet. The shade canopy collapses with the condo itself, and that gives the kitty cat or the small dog a shady space and a sunny space. But the cool thing about those doors is that they actually come off so that you can either connect 2 Critter Condo Deluxes together to get 12 feet, or you can add a 9-footer on, which is coming out to get 15 feet, or maybe you just need 3 extra feet, and that's going to be the little connector. Or maybe I have some customers in New York City, and God love them, they keep emailing me, when's the 3-footer coming? That's all I have space for, So some people don't even have enough for, 6 foot long, and those 3 foot connectors will fill that need as well.
Okay, how much is it going to cost me to spoil my kitty with this?
Well, the Critter Condo Deluxe is $154.99 plus shipping. We ship anywhere in the United States and Canada. We'll ship anywhere, actually, but you have to call for shipping prices after that. So that's a great one to check out at www.crittercommunity, CritterCommunity.com.
Yeah, Critter Community spelled with K on both Critter and Community there. And, of course, we'll link to it from animalradio.com. Now, I understand you have one to give away to a listener?
I absolutely do,
cool.
And I'm so excited for the lucky listener who gets to win it. I really think their pet is going to love it. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so explain for the listener exactly what they're going to get.
Well, whenever they win the Critter Condo Deluxe, they're going to get a 2.5-foot wide, 6-foot long outdoor playpen for their kitty cat or dog that's 35 pounds or less. Okay. It collapses flat. It has double French doors on both ends for easy access to your pet. The doors do come off in case you want to expand on it later. And the shade canopy, which is already attached, you don't have to do anything separate, and it all comes in a beautiful carrying case that has handles and a shoulder strap. And you mentioned it's also good for a dog under 35 pounds? Yeah, we have a lot of dogs, especially in Center City. We have dog parks here, so they love to take their little white dogs. I don't mean to stereotype, but there's so many of them that use the Critter Condo, and they're adorable. And I just want to throw this out. We're coming out with a pink critter condo here in about 10 weeks, which is just going to be too cute. I'm so excited.
Okay. The website, one more time, is crittercommunity.com, spelled with a K. We'll link to it from animalradio.com. 1-866-405-8405 if you want to pick up on this Critter Condo Deluxe that Lisa Ellman, president, founder, top dog of Critter Community, is giving away to a lucky listener right now. 1-866-405-8405. Head on over to our website and learn more. Lisa, thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you both. I appreciate the time.
Has anyone noticed Boob's pearly whites recently? Pretty cool.
Boy, he shines in the dark, those teeth do.
I'm happy to say this portion of Animal Radio is brought to you by Pets Life Oral Care. Your pets can show signs of oral disease by age 3. Pets Life is the healthy and natural solution with no brushing required. Visit petslife.com. That's pets with a Z.com.
This is
Animal Radio.
Welcome. It's Animal Radio, you lucky dog. 1-866-405-8405 to connect with any one of the dream team here. Dr. Debbie answering your vet medical questions. Dog father Joey Volani packing. Get ready. We're all getting ready. This Wednesday we're broadcasting live from the, well, sort of live. We're taping live from the Lowe's Lake, Las Vegas in Henderson.
Road trip.
Have you ever been there?
You're just going across town.
Yes, pretty much.
Yeah, it's not a very big trip for me, but I think I have. But they recently changed names and kind of like the ownership, so I'm pretty sure I've been at this facility before. Yeah.
Well, I understand they're going to roll out the red carpet for all of us, and Joey's working his way over, as well as Vlade, the world famous Russian dog wizard, and Susan Sims. So come on out and see us, visit us, check in with us, bring your animals. We'd love to see you. And of course, if you can't make it, listen live when it airs live. We'll also be there with Super Zoo, the new pet product special. We'll have giveaways. Good stuff. Very good stuff.
We're busy people lately, aren't we?
We are. Well, this is the first time we've gone out in a long time, it seems like.
We're looking forward
excited.
to getting out of the studio.
Tricia Nickel is in for Bobby Hill this week, reporting about the fatwa. And I learned so much on Animal Radio. The fatwa is an Islamic religion ruling or opinion, and there's been a fatwa passed into law that is banning advertisements about pets or alluding to buying, selling, or keeping pets in Iran.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's very strange. They say that if you have a pet, you're blindly imitating the West. They say dogs are unclean. Yeah, duh.
Yeah.
Dogs say that about people. What are we talking about here?
They say many people in the West love their dogs more than their wives and their children.
True.
Yeah.
So what's their point?
Yeah. Pet shop owners in Iran are reporting that more people are buying small dogs, which they think are easier to hide. And the clerics eventually want to get the dogs banned from the entire country completely. Yeah. My religion, by the way, is dog, so that won't be banned at all over here at Animal Radio. 1-866-405-8405 to check in with any one of the gang here. There's an outbreak of leptospirosis. Now, is this nationwide or is this isolated?
Well, recently there was that outbreak up in the, I think it was in the Michigan area. But this disease is pretty much all over the country, more in the moist, wet areas where you got rain and you got humidity.
How does your dog get it?
Well, it's passed in urine, and we can find it in the soil. We can find it in water. We can find it from contact from one dog to another animal. So it's basically a bacteria that they take in, and they take it in orally, and can cause some really serious problems. And I think, if the story I understood hearing through the studio, there was some implication of rats, and rats that are just kind of spreading this in their urine. So it's not that these dogs are coming right up by the critters. It's they're trespassing in the pet's area.
Are cats susceptible, or is it just dogs?
It's mostly dogs. It can occur in cats, but just not as readily. And we see problems like kidney failure, liver failure. We see problems where they are very listless. They have high fevers, abdominal pain. So it's quite a serious disease. And I know the story that she's covering is quite tragic for the group of pets.
Is there a treatment, or is it fatal in all cases?
Without treatment, it's fatal. Fortunately, we can treat this with appropriate antibiotics if we know about it. And when it gets diagnosed in a proper time. But it's also quite preventable by vaccination. And that is something that's a little controversial because the vaccine does have a tendency in some animals to cause vaccine reactions, very serious ones.
Like what?
Death for one, but along the whole
It's a pretty
category.
bad reaction, by the way.
Yeah. So, and some people are obviously very hesitant about it. But if your pet is in a high-risk area, it's really something to not close those shutters in your mind. And
Okay, well, I got the two questions. What are the high-risk areas?
in areas where there's moisture. So like where I live in the desert, we don't really have a high incidence of leptospirosis. And we only vaccinate dogs like the working dogs that go out into the field and that are sniffing drugs and looking for bodies. So we really don't vaccinate it in our climate. So Midwest, Deep South, areas where there's water, ponds, lakes, streams, any of that type of thing, that is going to be a particularly high-risk area. So know your dog, know what's not normal for them, and get them to the vet.
1-866-405-8405 to connect with the doc or anyone of the Dream Team right now.
Celebrating our connection with our pets. This is Animal Radio.
And the whole Dream Team is here at your beck and call. Dr. Debbie answering your vet medical questions. Dogfather Joey Volani, groomer extraordinaire. In for Bobby Hill this week, we have Trisha Nickel. Some cool news stories. She's worked hard on this. There's something weird going on in Iran. I guess it's nothing new, but they don't like animals very much over there.
I know, they think dogs are filthy. They're dirty.
They say that it's a Western influence to have an animal.
Mm-hmm.
And there will be evil outcomes. And so they're actually making religious rulings called fatwas, F-A-T-W-A's. It's an Islamic religion or ruling. They banned advertisements about pets or alluding to buying, selling, or the keeping of pets.
Jeez.
So on September 11th today, when we celebrate those that have lost their lives for us, and we think about these countries that can't even have pets.
Unbelievable.
I'm so thankful that we can here.
That's just crazy. That's just crazy in my mind. I mean, I'm not, saying anything bad about anyone's religion, but that's just crazy. I mean, I couldn't imagine a life without pets.
Nope, me neither.
Or a religion that says we couldn't be with pets.
Yes, I wouldn't be involved with a religion like that.
I got to tell you, most of my spiritual and religious experiences have been with pets.
Of course.
So, of course, this is the show for pet lovers. Animal Radio, 1-866-405-8405. You didn't expect me to say anything else. Dr. Debbie is here answering your vet medical questions. Dogfather Joey Volani, animal communicator Joy Turner. Vladi, the world-famous Russian dog wizard, Susan Sims. We're all packing our bags.
We're getting ready.
This Wednesday,
I'm packed.
We're going to Vegas, and we're going to tape live there.
How fun is that?
We'll do our new pet product special from Super Zoo as we do every year, and then we'll be broadcasting from the Lowe's Lake Las Vegas in Henderson. You're invited. All the details at the website. You were just
no heckling, though, please.
No, please. What kind of tip are you working on today there, Joey Volani?
I already talked about how to get rid of fleas, but you know what? I never told anyone what to look for if your dog has them.
It's hard to tell.
It is hard to tell at times, but this is an easy way. It's foolproof. It's a foolproof way that you're going to know that your dog or even cat has fleas.
I know I've gone to the vets and said nope. Presented my cat, said no fleas, and they proved me wrong.
What did they do? How did they prove you wrong?
Well, that has to do with Joey's tips, so you're going to have to listen.
Oh, did they do what Joey?
Yes, they did.
Oh.
And if I would have done that at home, I would have looked so dumb. I could have taken care of the problem myself. Yep.
Yeah, the fleas can be very, very elusive. They can hide.
Yep.
Tips on how to find the fleas on your pet coming up.
I've had fleas already that were so bad that when we were grooming the dog, they were hiding in my own hair, and you feel them running across. Now, they can't live on you as a person, but it's a horrible... No, they can't. They'll bite and they'll jump off because you're not the right type of host for them. But they will, run around a little bit, and you feel them running through your hair. I mean, that's how bad the fleas were on this dog.
What if you're really hairy?
Flea shampoo, they don't like the taste of your blood. I'm not a hairy guy, so I don't know about that.
So how did you get rid of it?
They don't like the taste of your blood. Honestly, I took the flea shampoo home with me, and I shampooed my hair with it. I was so skeeved out by it that I said that I'm just going to take the shampoo. I knew they weren't going to. But you know what? The other thing was I don't want to bring them home to my dog. I mean, I don't know when they're going to come off. I mean, I know they're coming off, but it was weird because I was at work looking in the mirror, and I'd get a glimpse of him, and he'd run, and then all of a sudden they disappear. But you'd feel him, and you know he's there.
They're pesky little guys, aren't they?
Yeah, and now your hair is
nasty.
squeaky clean.
It
isn't
is.
It?
Squeaky clean, and you know what? I got a nice flea treatment, so there we go.
Dream Team member Dr. Debbie is up at the plate right now at 1-866-405-8405. We have Patricia on the phone. Hi, Patricia.
Hi.
How are you?
Oh, very well, but I have two questions that are kind of eluding me right now with cats.
Okay. Sounds challenging. Let's go.
Oh, good. Okay. I have indoor cats, and I do a lot of, now and then cat rescue, and I decided to let two of the rescued ferals stay in my backyard. And so the first question is, one of them, I was told, I actually took them from a rescue group, and I was told that one of them may have maybe FIV positive. Okay. And now she has turned into a little love bug, and she wants to come in. And she comes up to me and rubs all over me and practically lets me pick her up. So I'm guessing she was somebody's pet and kind of reverted to a feral mindset. And now that she's had a place to be settled and good people taking care of her, she's going back to being friendly. But when I open the door, she tries to run in. And
she knows what's good, man. She's on her way.
She did. Thank you. Couldn't have said that better. And so would it be a bad idea to let her come in if there is an FIV positive test? And the other piece I'll throw on there is that I heard that if they have had a vaccine for FIV, their test may come up positive, but I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, and that kind of comes to why we have the suspicion of FIV, which is also really known as feline immunodeficiency virus. So it's similar to kind of like the HIV virus in humans. So FIV in cats, yes, we can get some false positives basically from a cat that's previously been vaccinated. Now there's reasons why people vaccinate, and this is just a side note, tends to be more in shelter cats that are in high cat volume situations. It's not a real routine situation. So if we do get a positive test, there are some confirming tests we can do to kind of reassure us if we may have that or not.
Okay, and this one was rescued from a shelter. Both of these were.
Okay. So I guess the big thing is, what's the risk with bringing this kitty into the home? Well, for FIV, it's typically spread through bite wounds between cats. So cats that live outdoors, that kind of have that fighting lifestyle, especially the male intact cats, they're the number one carriers of FIV. And in fact, 4% of outdoor feral cats are positive for FIV.
4%?
So
wow.
Yeah. So if you want to make this kitty an indoor cat and you have existing cats, there's a slight risk of acquiring that inside the home. Now, if they fight and this cat bites yours, absolutely, we can contract FIV that way. But through casual contact, drinking out of the same water bowl, grooming behaviors, there's really not a high risk of transmission of the virus, fortunately.
Yeah, agree.
So that's a good thing. Now, any FIV positive cat, if they're a pet, I definitely recommend to keep them indoors so we can help decrease the exposure to other cats outside. So, this might be a dual win-win in, not only rescuing this cat, but helping save some of those other ferals out there from becoming FIV positive if they're not already.
Yeah.
But, there's that slight risk for your kitty. So I would say, you kind of have to recognize that and know your cats and see how they interact. Whether or not this is a risk you'd want to take.
Okay. Well, I really appreciate the information. Now I feel like I can make an informed decision.
Good luck with that. I know how tough it is with ferals. We brought in a few ferals ourselves. Patricia, I'd like to give you some world's best cat litter, if you don't mind.
Awesome.
I don't know if you've ever had a chance to try it.
I have not yet.
Oh, it is good stuff. Whole kernel corn. It's broken up. It's great. It clumps. None of our litters have ever smelt. And we've had this stuff for 10 years in our, not the same litter. We've been using World's Best Cat Litter for 10 years. We do change it eventually.
Great.
But I'm going to send you a free bag of it. And I'd like everyone within the sound of my voice right now that wants to try it can head on over to the website at animalradio.com and click on the World's Best Cat Litter logo. Patricia, hold on 1 second. Need to get your address.
Yes, thank you.
1-866-405-8405 to connect with any one of the Dream Team right now.
Animal Radio is brought to you by Natural Balance Pet Food, the finest food you can buy for the health of your pet. No matter which line of Natural Balance Pet Food you choose, you know it will truly be the food for a lifetime. Visit www.naturalbalance.net to learn more.
Ladies and gentlemen, we at Litter Robot are pleased to announce our new spokescat, Cousin Vinny the Cat.
Thanks. It's good to be here with you guys talking about this here little robot that automatically cleans up after us cats do our business.
And what would you like to say to our audience about the Litter Robot?
My owner seems to be saving up lots of cash now that he's not buying so much cat litter. Plus, I don't have to put up with that stinking litter box smell no more. With Litter Robot, I get clean litter every time.
Right, Vinny. The Litter Robot saves on litter and eliminates odors.
And seriously, the chicks dig it.
Okay. Vinny, where can our audience buy a Litter Robot?
Well, you gotta go online to the Litter Robot website and order one. Them Litter Robot guys don't even charge you for shipping.
That's great. People can just order a Litter Robot online at www.litter-robot.com. Animal Radio listeners can now save $20. Just enter Animal Radio as the coupon code when checking out. Thank you, Vinny. We look forward to hearing from you again soon.
Yeah, anytime, pal.
When I went looking for a quality allergen-free dog food for Roscoe, a friend told me about canine caviar. Being a born skeptic, I examined every ingredient and, most importantly, made sure it drove our dog's taste buds crazy. Here's the lowdown. Canine caviar is holistic, allergen-free, with raw dehydrated meats, herbs, fish oil, and flaxseed for health and joint support. Good food for Roscoe from a company I can trust. Ask your pet store for canine caviar. Learn more at caninecaviar.com.
When Animal Radio picked America's top vet, they wanted to make sure that your animal's health came first. That's why they picked the Paso Robles Veterinary Medical Clinic. Treating animals for over 50 years with the latest diagnostic tools in their full-service hospital, the Paso Robles Veterinary Medical Clinic always puts your pets first. Call 805-238-4622 or visit them at PasoVets.com. That's Paso, P-A-S-O, Vets.com to get the best care for your pet.
Hi, this is Anne-Marie Lucas from Animal Precinct and the ASPCA, and when I'm not out busting bad guys for abusing animals, I am home listening to Animal Radio.
Coming up in the news in just a couple of minutes, Tricia Nickel in for Bobby Hill. She'll be talking about new legislation in California where landlords no longer will be able to require their tenants with pets to declaw or devocalize them. And on the surface, at least from my angle, that looks pretty good. Not so much from your angle, Doc.
Well, you know, and I don't think it's right that the landlords tell you got to cut your animal, but, you know, it's their right to keep their abodes and the places they rent out into a certain standard of kind of cleanliness and lack of destruction. So if some of those things are within their rights to forbid you to have a pet that does that, I don't think they should be able to tell you, go do it. But I think that's what being a landlord is about. You want to have a nice place and rent it out to people who take care of it.
You're always about the government getting in the way of personal decisions. It seems like a lot of your...
you know, I am. And I think I'm getting more like government conspiracy thing as I'm getting older. I don't know what it is. But yeah, I have a problem with anything. And maybe it's because it's my profession, you know, animals. But I have a problem with somebody telling me up in that legislature what I can and can't do with either my own pet or for the animals that are in our care. It's really a decision between the pet parent and the veterinarian on what type of veterinary care you might have. And I think those darn legislatures are busy enough. I mean, gosh, look at California. You guys are in like almost bankruptcy there in the government, and here they're spending all this extra time on pet legislation when they need to get out of there, costing the consumers money.
I agree. 1-866-405-8405 right now. Also in the news, I understand there was an elderly couple whose toy poodle had been kidnapped. Or petnapped? Is what you call it, petnapped? Okay.
Yeah.
And good news, the dog is back, but it cost a couple $1,000s in reward money. All that coming up in the news right here on Animal Radio. 1-866-405-8405 to connect with us right now. So let's go take a call with animal communicator Joy Turner right now at 1-866-405-8405. We have Shelby with us. Hi, Shelby.
Hi, how are you?
Very good. Where are you today?
I'm in Bloomington, California.
Where's that? That's near San Francisco, isn't it?
No, it's by San Bernardino. Down south.
Down south. Okay.
Way down south.
Well, the first time I've heard of it. I have learned something today. Well, welcome to the show. I have animal communicator Joy Turner here.
Hi, Joy.
Hello, Shelby. What can I do for you today?
Well, I was in Kona, Hawaii a few weeks ago, and we found a little dog on the volcano that was badly burnt. She was burnt to a crisp. All of her hair's gone. Her little feet was blistered. Her nails had grown all the way underneath her little foot. She had ticks in her ears and fleas. And I brought her home. I got a doctor over there to check her out, and they gave me a certificate to transport her, and I brought her home. And the doctor there thought she might be pregnant. And I'm just wondering if maybe you might know what she went through before I found her. And number two, if the babies are dead in her from the volcano, she's large, but there's no milk ducts in her breast. But she seems to be happy and everything now, but I just don't have the money right now to get her to a vet. I have 7 dogs and 39 cats. I rescue animals.
Tell me this one's name.
Her name is Kona. She's a little toy Manchester Terrier.
Kona cannot tell you enough, or emphatically enough, how grateful she is. And she would give you the world if she could.
I know she would.
And
she's a sweetheart.
Hi. She says that she was tortured with thinks.
Oh, come here, baby.
She thinks you already know that she was tortured.
Yeah.
And she says she just can't thank you enough. She can't be grateful enough. She says she thinks that the babies have died.
I think so, too.
And she doesn't know what to do about that. And I'm not sure, honey, but I think if those babies are dead, they need to come out of there.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get her to a vet Monday.
Because I'm not sure how long they can stay in there if they're all dead, but I'd definitely go get her checked out as quickly as you can.
Okay.
I hope that helps you out, Shelby. 1-866-405-8405 to connect with any one of the Dream Team right now. Well, hello, Pam.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm very good. I'm so glad to get to talk with you.
Well, where are you?
I'm in Houston.
Houston, Texas. Okay, listening on XM, I guess.
Yes,
Okay, well, I have Vladi, the world-famous Russian dog wizard here.
Welcome to the show. I love the ladies from Texas. They are a very special one. They know how to treat the man.
All right. Okay, I like that.
They just see how nice you are. I already love you without seeing you. So go ahead. What is your problem?
Well, we have a 7-month-old Karen Terrier, and she's very sweet, very submissive, but she has taken to chewing on the bottom of my silk drapes. And she's never chewed on anything before. It's just the silk drapes. And she's very well behaved other than that, and I'm not quite sure why she's doing that or what I can do about it.
Okay, let me sort it out. Just please, short sounds by the answers. How old is she?
7 months old.
Okay. So is it happening in your presence or in your absence?
It happened when we were home, but we were not in the room with her.
So here is the easy solution for your situation to resolve. And everyone who is listening to me right now, please write it down, because it is very common behavior problem. Get the people really upset. Make them to call to the stations, to call for professionals, but can be easily fixed if you know how. You have a baby still who likes to chew. Dogs never can be trustful fully until probably 12, 14 months. Some of them never can be trustful, as a matter of fact, but the most of them do around this age. You would never leave your child unsupervised, human child, I mean. So don't leave your canine child as well unsupervised. I don't understand it's very hard to chase your dog around or, just spy on your dog like KGB all the time. So if you gotta do something else, people, and Pam, please put your dog in the crate. So basically, all what I want you to do for the training purposes for the few months to come, make sure if you cannot supervise your dog must be confined. When you supervise your dog, provide your dog with the toys which the dog would entertain itself. Make sure toys must be always represent 3 categories: chew toys, interactive toys, and play toys. Play toys, it's always stuffed animals. Nowadays, we call them stuffed animals, but nowadays there are a lot of play toys with no stuffing inside. So that's the, wonderful alternative. Dogs play, they are not designed to chew anyway. Chew toys, get the nylon bones, get the conch toys, get a lot of toys from your pet store where, the dog can chew on, like bull sticks and all the other things which you can pick. And interactive toys. Interactive toys, it's when the dog is playing, turning, the toy making sounds, or something, maybe treats falling from that, so the dog can really interact itself. Make sure organize 2-3 sets of each category, and rotate those sets. Basically, put it on the floor for a few days, after pick it up and offer the next few days. So keep rotating them, basically. Okay. And after that, make sure spray. Now, I know you are waiting for the magic type of the thing, how to stop it. And let me tell you that magic. I am the dog wizard, Russian dog wizard. I really have a few magics, and here is one of them. You want to stop your dog from chewing your whatever object you said, whatever object it could be. All what you need to do to spray on it one of 2 products: bitter apple or bitter yak. Bitter apple or bitter yak. And if you're trying to tell me right now, so I did it and didn't work, because you didn't do it right. Let me explain how to make it work right. You need to spray it on it, and after that, bring the dog very close to this area, and as it's still wet, touch his mouth with this wet part of this article or part of this clothes or whatever part could be, to make sure he would have very bad experience in the first place. From that time, even if it's evaporating, he will be staying away from that area. And I would still suggest you respray it every other day for probably 2 weeks, and make sure follow the rest of recommendations, which is, if the dog is not supervised, he needs to confine. Once he is supervised, provide him with a lot of toys. If he's approaching in your presence to that area, startle him. The easy correction can be clapping your hands as you make the noise, and boom, and clap your hands at the same time. You can use many other gadgets like a pet convincer, which I keep telling all the time. Pet convincer, you can locate him on internet, or dropping the pop can and shaking can with coins or pennies on the floor as you made that word. But, if you follow those simple management tips, you will never experience this problem.
Pam, thank you so much for your call today.
Okay, thank you.
1-866-405-8405 to connect with any one of the Dream Team right now. Okay, there's a chance you're brand new to Animal Radio, suggesting that you may not know that Ladybug the Studio Stunt Dog's favorite food, and the official food of Ladybug the Studio Stunt Dog, is Stella and Chewy's.
She loves it.
Oh, she goes crazy over it. In fact, we try not to get in between her mouth and the food anytime. That could be very, very dangerous. Of course, we got a sample of it. If you know the story, let me say it one more time. We got a sample of it about 7-8 months ago, and we figured we'd try her on it. She really liked it, and then we found out there's some really good ingredients made with raw USDA-inspected meat, raised naturally. There's no added hormones. There's no antibiotics. And so we knew it was healthy, too. Would she still like it a month later?
That's the real question with her.
She loves it still. In fact, we can mix it up. Sometimes she likes it dry. We don't even need to hydrate these freeze-dried patties. Or sometimes we'll put a little broth in there, a low-sodium broth. We'll mix it up all the time because we can with a freeze-dried patty, and we want you to try it, too. we always love to share the good things that we get here. How about a free sample of Stella and Chewy's? All I need is a self-addressed stamped envelope, and we'll send you one back. That's my weekday gig, is sending out samples.
You do that all week long. That's all you do.
If you'd like one, the information, our address, all over at the website at animalradio.com. And check out Stella and Chewy's. They also make a mean chicken treat.
You're listening to Animal Radio. You can learn more at animalradio.com. Log on. Learn more.
Hi, this is Ed Begley Jr. on Animal Radio. Live green is best for you, your family, and that includes your pets.
This is an Animal Radio news update brought to you by World's Best Cat Litter, the only litter made from whole kernel corn.
This is Tricia Nickel for Animal Radio. In Iran, a powerful cleric has issued a fatwa banning advertisements about pets or alluding to the buying, selling, or keeping of pets. A fatwa is an Islamic religious ruling or opinion. This fatwa has been passed into law and is being enforced. The same cleric earlier this year issued a fatwa against even keeping dogs as pets. He says dog owners are, quote, blindly imitating the West, and that, of course, would result in, quote, evil outcomes. That fatwa was not passed into law. His reasoning behind these fatwas are that dogs are unclean according to Islamic tradition, and his concern that, quote, many people in the West love their dogs more than their wives and children. Well, pet shop owners in Iran are reporting that more people are buying small dogs, which they think are easier to hide. The most frightening part of this story is what may happen to the dogs in Iran if the cleric eventually gets his way and bans dogs from the country completely. Landlords in California will hopefully no longer be able to require their tenants with pets to declaw or devocalize them. In other words, to rip out their claws or cut their vocal cords. This bill, which was introduced by Democrat Pedro Nava, passed the Assembly and has been sent to Governor Schwarzenegger for his signature. 8 local governments in California have recently banned declawing, calling it inhumane. Boston police are investigating an apparent dog napping of an elderly couple's toy poodle. The couple was dining in a restaurant and left the pet in the car. Apparently, they left the window down far enough that someone was able to reach inside the window and steal the dog. Witnesses say they saw 2 people riding away from the couple's car on bikes with what was believed to be the toy poodle under one of their arms. Fred and Judy Marks blanketed the neighborhood with posters offering a $2,000 reward for return of their poodle, Ruthie. A few days later, they received a call saying Ruthie was found and waiting for them in South Boston. The couple went there and paid several people a total of $500 to get Ruthie back. The police claim not to know if the people who returned the dog were the same people who took the dog, but the group who returned the dog had apparently not seen the signs posted offering a $2,000 reward. All this according to Boston.com. Mrs. Marks says Ruthie survived an attack by a German Shepherd when she was just 8 months old, made it through a fire in their home 3 years ago, and now has returned from a dog napping. The couple believes that Ruthie is a miracle dog. And a man in New Zealand is recovering from a gunshot wound to his left buttock after his dog accidentally discharged the weapon. This occurred when the man was getting into a car following his butchering of a domestic pig. This is Tricia Nickel for Animal Radio. Get more breaking news at animalradio.com.
This has been an Animal Radio News Update brought to you by World's Best Cat Litter. Here's a tip for traveling with your cat. If she's not familiar with crate travel, consider placing the crate in your home for a few weeks before your departure. Leave the door open and occasionally toss in a treat or two. Sooner or later, your cat will view the spot as a comfortable retreat. Get more tips from Dr. McPeat at www.worldsbestcatlitter.com/radio.
It's
Animal Radio, you lucky dog. No animals were harmed in the making of this show. Few interns, human interns, were a little bit hurt, but nothing the lawyers can't help us with, or at least, let's see, is it Jan or John?
Jan.
Jan, hey Jan, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Where are you today?
I'm in Las Vegas.
And do you have a cat or a dog?
Pardon?
Do you have a cat or a dog?
I got this dog about 3 weeks ago from the shelter, and he had only been in the shelter for 4 days, and he had been found in a field. As soon as he got home, we noticed that he was just chewing and scratching ferociously. So since in the last 3 weeks he's had 4 medicated baths, the veterinarian gave him a steroid shot and an antibiotic shot, but he didn't feel that helped enough. It was only about a 40% reduction, and so he believes that he has scabies and treating him for mange mites. He's using Revolution to do this, and he's had 2 treatments as of Thursday, with obviously 1 more to go. However, he's still scratching and chewing, and it is primarily with the back of the ears, all 4 paws, and the lower part of all 4 legs. And it is pretty heavy what he's doing. So my questions are whether or not you think we're on the right treatment plan, and if you believe that there are other things that we could do for him to alleviate some of the problem.
Sure. Now, and he's a young fella, you said, right?
He's 18 months old, right.
Okay, so we're pretty young there. Well, for a younger dog, when we see a pet that is furiously itching, scratching, chewing themselves, and utterly miserable, there's a couple things that I really look at. And it sounds like your veterinarian has addressed. I think of fleas, I think of food, and I think of mites, or scabies mites. The first one, fleas, not such a big problem in our Las Vegas area, but because we're coming from the shelter and potentially from an area where there's a mixing of dogs, if there's not some flea regimen in there somewhere other than just the Revolution, then I would look to add something in as well. As far as the mites, it sounds like you're down the right protocol there, and Revolution is a wonderful product. Some folks will add in dips as well if they're really suspicious with that. However, there's one big one, the middle one, the food one, is the one that I would really start working on. Food allergies in dogs can cause some pretty bad signs of itching, chewing, hair loss, just horrible signs. And we can see this actually in very young dogs. I've seen it in dogs as young as 6 months of age, where they start to have a lot of these problems. And if you haven't already addressed that, then I would, at the same time you're doing all these other therapies, I would encourage you to start looking at a food trial for food allergies. And there's a lot of different ways we can do that. There's what they call the hydrolyzed protein diets, and then there's what they call the novel protein diets. There are different schools of thought, but basically with either branch that you choose, we're basically going to feed a special diet and only that special diet, nothing else, no flavored goodies, treats, chewable items, vitamins that might be flavored, anything like that might interfere with that food trial, because it can take a month, 2 months even, into a food trial to see if a pet's itchiness is improved with that. So that's why I would encourage you to get that going now, because it's not necessarily a immediate or quick fix. But yeah, in a young dog, I would say that might be an avenue I'd look at as well.
Even though he had no food at all when he first came here, of course. I mean, he came here, and it was already happening before he ever had any food.
Certainly, yeah. And partly is, you've adopted a dog that's already got a little bit of a history behind it. So it's hard to say. We can't easily tell you what your pet might be allergic to. So we can't just say, oh, you've got a dog that's got an allergy to chicken. We have to try a variety of different diets. And it could be that the average everyday ingredient that's in 80% of dog foods is something that your pet could be sensitive to. So, even though he had this when you first got him at the get-go, I would still look at that as a possibility.
When hydrolyzed protein diet, is there a particular food that starts that we could use on this?
Yeah, see what your veterinarian might recommend, but I use a couple different ones. There's one by Purina that's called HA. The Hills brand makes one called ZD. There's a lot of different carriers for those, but they can be very useful. And like I said, I'd use that, and then probably step up the efforts and just the parasite control for other things, just like the fleas, and see if that might help your youngster.
Okay.
And congratulations on adopting and saving a life.
Just one other question. Should we have his ears cleaned?
As far as routine cleaning,
No, but because of if it is mites, should we have the ears cleaned? because he's scratching so much at the ears.
If there's an actual problem right now with his ears, then yeah, I'd clean. But for when we're talking about the scabies mites, which are kind of all over the body, I wouldn't necessarily focus on just cleaning those ears. It's really more of a whole body type treatment for those mites.
Very good. I thank you.
Thank you, Jan. 1-866-405-8405, the whole dream team here to answer your questions. Medical and behavior questions to Dr. Debbie. If you want to talk to animal communicator Joy Turner, 1-866-405-8405 right now. Let's go ahead and give out another bag of By Nature natural and organic dog food and cat food. Okay. Hi, who's this?
This is Tammy Tarbell.
Hi, Tammy. How are you?
Great. How are you?
Very well. Where are you today?
Polo, Illinois.
Polo. Where's that near?
Let's see. We're about 120 miles west of Chicago.
It's not really suburbs, though, is it?
Oh, heck no. No, we're out in the boonies. We're, I'm out here delivering mail, and there's like a house every 2 miles.
Oh, so you deliver mail. You have to deal with dogs all the time, huh?
Yes, sure do.
Now, do you have any dogs on your route that you just don't like to deal with?
I don't, no. All the dogs that I have to deal with, I've never had any problems with.
Lucky you.
There are some dogs that look like they might be a problem, but they're all behind a fence. So.
Oh, good. Now, do you have any animals at home?
Sure do.
What kind?
I have 2 dogs, 1 cat in the house, 9 barn cats.
Whoa.
2 horses, 1 pony, and some chickens and a turkey.
Wow, what a family you have there. Can I get you some By Nature cat and dog food for you?
Yes, sure
okay.
can.
What I'll do is I'll send you a 17-pound bag and you can select what flavor. We have the sweet potato, pork and sweet potato, the salmon, ocean fish and yogurt, and the duck and sweet peas for the dog. And for the cat, you can choose from chicken and potato, the 7 seafood platter, or weight control, chicken, salmon, and duck formulas. This is all By Nature cat foods. Great foods. It'll keep your pet feeling young with our powerful mix of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Promote a strong immune system. Try By Nature for your pet today. Now, Tammy, I'm going to send you some. If you can't get through today, say the phones are busy, you can head on over to the website at animalradio.com and pick up a bag free of charge. You can try By Nature from the front of animalradio.com. Click the By Nature icon there. But Tammy, for you, hold on 1 second. We'll mail it off to you.
Great. Thank you.
You're listening to Animal Radio. You can learn more about today's guest at animalradio.com. Log on. Learn more.
Hi, I'm Steve Garvey, and I'm here with my good friend, actor, and pet food guru, Dick Van Patten.
Hiya, Steve. It's good to see you.
Dick, my 2 dogs have been on your natural balance for years. They love it. They look great. So what's the secret?
It's simple. Our formulas are developed by top nutritionists and based on scientific fact. And then they're made with the best ingredients.
It's just a winning combination.
It is, just like Russell to Lopes to Garvey.
Thanks for that. Hey, everyone, if you love your pets like I love mine, try Natural Balance.
When it comes to controlling cat box odor, there's no such thing as good enough. Buy the best or smell the rest. In other words, get World's Best Cat Litter with patented formulas made from whole kernel corn. World's Best Cat Litter is 100% natural and scientifically proven to deliver unsurpassed odor control, compact clumping, and longer-lasting use. See what a difference just 1 bag makes. And for a limited time, save big when you buy. To download a coupon, go to worldsbestcatlitter.com/radio.
Why read a newspaper in the age of the internet? Because you take the time to think things through, like your love of animals. You want to know where your voice and donations can be most effective. Animal People is the newspaper for people who care enough about animals to give real thought to how best to help animals. Request your free sample copy at www.animalpeoplenews.org.
Let's face it, life happens, from spills to pet stains. One Shot Plus Multipurpose Cleaner attacks everyday stains, eliminating the need for other cleaning products. Pet stains, crayon marks, mildew, One Shot and it's gone. Safe for the environment, your pets, and your family. Call 1-866-734-1120 and mention Animal Radio. That's 1-866-734-1120. Or go to oneshotplus.com to get yours now.
This is
Animal Radio, baby.
Did Nike just use the litter?
How can you tell?
Because he always waits until
right
about now.
Studio, yes. Yes, he does.
It smells a little bit like he's used a litter.
Yes.
You know what we need to do is we need to get one of those litter robots.
I know. It would automatically clean that up, wouldn't it?
They're very cool. They're the coolest looking machine. They look a little bit like Darth Vader. And it's a globe that cleans the litter automatically. And they're a sponsor of Animal Radio.
It's the litter robot.
Robot?
Robot.
Robot.
Robot. I say robot, but you say bot. What is proper? You say tomatoes, I say tomatoes.
It's an awesome machine, and we wanted to bring Paula Goby on. She works for Litter Robot. Hi, Paula. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on the show.
When people ask you to explain this, because it's a kind of an odd contraption, what do you say that it looks like?
Well, it's very unique. It was actually designed by our president, who has an automotive design background. Mm-hmm. So he came up with this design in which it's a globe that sits on top of a base. Uh-huh. So the cat enters the globe, a sensor senses that the cat is in the globe, and when the cat exits, the sensor times 7 minutes, and then the globe starts to rotate and sift the waste into the base below.
And then where does it go? Do you have to clean that out eventually?
But yeah, the base isn't everlasting.
Sure, I wouldn't think so. But you can keep it in there for a long time, I would imagine. A week or so? More?
Yeah, if you have one cat, all you have to do is empty the drawer, the base drawer, once a week. If you have multiple cats, you'll have to change it more often.
My favorite litter is World's Best Cat Litter. Can I use that in this?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, good.
Okay, so what kind of, do you have to use that?
Any kind of clumping litter will work, so you're not bound to continue to buy products from our company. All you have to do is make your initial investment of the product, and then from there you can use any clumping litter, kitchen garbage waste bag as a drawer liner, and you're all set.
This is going to ultimately save me money, isn't it?
Yeah, over time, a lot of people say that the savings that they've had in reduced litter use has saved them money, and the savings that they've had has eventually paid for the product.
Is it safe for the cats when they go in there? It won't go off, will it?
It will not. The sensor does sense if a cat has stepped on the step, and it will stop rotating if it happens to be cycling at that time.
See how if we had one in the studio right now, that smell would be gone.
That's what I'm saying. If you could smell the studio right this very, very second. And thanks, Nike. Nike's looking up at us right now. If we had a litter robot in here, that wouldn't be happening here. I understand that we're going to give a listener a litter robot today.
Yes, we would love to do that. We're going to give away a bubble unit. We have 3 different colors available. We have black, beige, and our eco-friendly model is gray. We'll let the winner choose whatever color they'd like.
And I'm going to throw in some World's Best Cat Litter to put in there, too, okay?
Excellent.
Okay.
They'll be all set.
1-866-405-8405 if you would like to pick up on the litter robot now. I want you to check out their website, www.litter-robot.com. And, of course, every link you've heard on today's show over at animalradio.com. Top Cat Paula Goby joining us. Paula, thanks so much.
Thank you.
We're going to head back to the phones next. 1-866-405-8405.
Hey, this is Artist Knox, Groomer of the Year, and when I'm rolling in my vehicle, I'm listening to Animal Radio with Al and Judy. Get at me!
1-866-405-8405. Of course, Artist Knox was picked by Joey Villani. Our very own Joey Villani is Groomer of the Year.
He was the first one.
That's right. He was the first one. And the way I look at it, he owes me a lot here. You know, Artist, I'm Italian, so we take kickbacks, you know.
There's nothing free in this world. Of course, he has a great business now. He's doing very well. Oh. Of course, this Wednesday we will be taping live from Lake Las Vegas, the Lowe's Lake Las Vegas in Henderson, Nevada. Come on out and visit with all of us. We're all going to be there. We're all coming out there, and we'll all be able to say hey and answer your questions, and you can see what it's like behind the scenes.
Yes, and I'm going to have Ladybug with me.
Ladybug, the studio stunt dog?
Yes, she's going to be there to meet and greet everybody.
Are you bringing Mika?
You know, I'm not sure yet. You know, it depends if the hotel will allow me or not.
The hotel will allow. It's the Lowe's.
Yes.
Pet friendly. They roll out the red carpet, I'm telling you.
Okay.
Yeah,
so Mika will come with me.
There you go. Well, bring your animals. We're bringing ours. And that happens this Wednesday. Details up at the website at animalradio.com. Vladi, the world-famous Russian dog wizard, is here to answer your most vexing dog behavior issues. Now, unfortunately, you telling me that a lot of people actually get to you last.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Why is that?
Because, people try to do something with another fox or do themselves, and fortunately get into the trouble, into the problems, and after try to resolve by using my experience. I am like more like a ultimate doctor, like an ultimate plastic surgeon when so many cases that people already have a bad result and after come to me like with sometimes it's a very sad stories. I mean, kids and families, they're crying. They just say, Vladi, if you're unable, nobody able. And I'm resolving those issues in most time. Not all the cases I fixed, I have to tell you very honestly, because some dogs, like some humans, they're now unapproachable for modification. But I'm known for one thing. If I am able, no one is able.
You hear that?
Yes.
Yep.
You can even write it down. I am staying behind my words. I have clients come to me from all over the country, staying in hotel. It happened in Michigan. Now it's happening in California. They're coming here to visiting me. I have a routinely waiting list for 2-3 months. But, that's what the beauty about me being on the radio here and helping the folks across America and internationally, because I am practicing what I'm preaching.
Okay, so you don't have to wait 2 or 3 months for Vladi right now. You can call us right now, by the way.
Yes, you can. But you can still, if you do have problems or you believe, just my personal experience and expertise can help, welcome to give us a call, to contact my office. My website is socaldogtraining.com, and we will take care of you.
I put all that information over at animalradio.com. In fact, everything you've heard on today's show, all the links over at animalradio.com. Let's head back to the phones with animal communicator Joey Turner. We have Jason on the phone. Hi, Jason.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. Where are you today?
Right now I'm in Binghamton, New York.
Are you a driver?
Yeah, sure am.
Okay, I have animal communicator Joey Turner here. Hopefully she can help you bridge that gap.
Hey, Joey. Problem I'm having with Lucy, I drive a truck and I'm gone for a month at a time, and my wife tells me, actually it's the day before I leave to go back out on the road, dog starts getting real depressed and just mopes around all month long until I get back home. So I was wondering if, first off, want to find out if that is the reason she's depressed, because she's missing me or doesn't understand why I'm gone. And if it is there any way you can explain to her? It's just something I have to do.
Okay, well, first of all, yes, she tells me that is exactly why she's unhappy. She thinks she actually relates better to you than she does your wife.
Right.
She kind of considers herself both of your dogs, but more yours. And
yeah, I can definitely see that. And my wife's the one that rescues her. It kind of drives her crazy a little bit.
And she wants to go with you. She wants to get another dog for your wife, so your wife can have her dog, and she can be your dog, and she can go with you. And she wants to know if we can do that.
No, unfortunately, the company I drive for doesn't allow dogs.
So we need to find you a new job is what we need to do, right?
And that was actually her suggestion. Good. Go somewhere else that does.
I wish I could.
And she understands.
I'll try to look into it. But.
Okay, that would actually make her happy if you would investigate that, because she understands you do this for a living, but she thinks you don't understand that she's come to be with you, and when you're not home, then she can't be with you, and then it's kind of like her life doesn't have a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So,
is there anything other than switching jobs that we could do to make her a little more happy when I am gone?
She says no.
No?
No. She really wants to be with you. She said you could even call in and talk to her every day, and she really wants to be with you, so she needs you to fix it so that she can do that. That's what she tells me.
I wish we had an easier solution for you.
Yeah, me too. Is right now it's looking like 5 more years at this company.
Wow.
I have a solution for him. He's right in New York. I have a crew of guys in New Jersey that'll go talk to your boss, and then they'll be
take care of them.
How's that?
Suddenly you'll be able to allow pets. We actually did get a call a couple of weeks ago from a truck driver who owns a company, and he started his company because he feels you should be able to travel with your animals, travel with your dog. I believe it's H&H Transport. Is that it, Judy? Do you remember?
No, I don't.
And he called and he wanted to make an announcement to everybody that's looking for a job. He needs some truckers, and you're allowed to take your pet. And we'll post that information over at the website just in case you're interested. But I'm sorry, there doesn't seem to be any easier solutions that are legal.
All right.
Jason, thank you for your call today. I think that's it for today. Remember, you can reach us all week long at 1-866-405-8405. There's an answering machine there during the week. We will get back with you if you have any questions. We definitely want to help you with your problems with your animals. Also, you can email us at yourvoice@animalradio.com. We also all have our own independent email addresses. That's all over at animalradio.com. I know that Joey's is joey@animalradio.com. Generally, I think it's all our first names.
Just the first name.
First names. We're on a first name basis here. In fact, I just wanted to be a first letter basis. They didn't like that. I was like, just call me. They didn't give enough identification there. But they're probably right, those radio gods. So we'll see you next week. Have a great week. Go give your pet a big old kiss from all of us here at Animal Radio. See ya.
Bye-bye.
I hope you guys have a good weekend.
Take care.
Bye.
This is Animal Radio
Network.